Good morning, Soul Tribe. It's Michelle with Sacred Spiritual Healer. I've already blessed the cards, meditated, of course. Just getting ready for your reading. It keeps going out. Okay, so first up, collective. Energy's a little weird. I felt an energy shift. I don't know if y'all did. Comment, or if you did, leave it in the comments below of what kind of energy you're feeling now with this shift in energy. Okay. Also, Spirit wants you to know for today, your chakra of focus would be your third eye. That's the purple candle, lavender. Some refer to it as indigo. Also, amethyst is an amazing crystal for that. Opening your third eye. All right. Spirit, give us true, precise messages for the collective, for their overall energy here, please, for the collective. Thank you. I'm going to set this over here, actually, for a minute. I'll fix that. Spirit, give us true, precise messages for the collective, please, and their overall energy and that of their person. First, the collective's energy, and then their person. One that has their hearts. So you have up, for the collective, you're coming up across with the number 2 card here, the Dark Lady. Don't be scared. Think of it as how beautiful she looks. Right? You can see here she's, her crown chakra's up. Third eye has got the flame coming up out of it. She's got her angel wings, and this reminds me of the Dark Lady, someone who's embracing, forgiving herself for shadow side of events or shadow self, and embracing that shadow side of herself, realizing that you have to bring balance to the dark and light, and without dark we wouldn't have light. So the Dark Lady here is embracing that energy, realizing that she can still accept herself and love herself unconditionally, knowing she's beautiful and radiant, he or she. And that this is the energy for the collective, accepting the fact that, yeah, you may have had a shadow past, and forgiving yourself for it, and embracing the your dark thoughts or dark side with your light side, knowing that you bring balance. Your person is coming up with the lice of shadows. So that's cool that you're coming up with a Dark Lady who's embraced and knows how beautiful you are, even though you have maybe a shadow side. And lice of shadows is your soul or spirit coming out of the dark to the light, 44 number. This is your soul, their soul coming up out of the dark towards the light that the collective has lit for them. Leaving behind toxicity, negativity, low vibrational things. Here we have the Book of Shadows, the Book of Knowledge. This also reminds me a lot of, since it says experiences, the Book of Shadow reminds me more of your journal, your dream journal that you're supposed to be keeping, the things that you've noticed in your ascension, how you've changed. For some of you, perhaps it's poetry you're writing. Maybe some are writing songs, but hopefully you are all journaling your ascension, your journey, so that you can help others learn after you've gotten to a point where you're able to help others as they are just awakening, the new wave, right? We'll call them the new wavers. Because as everything, just as a plant flowers and the flower drops off with these petals, and yet here we have things blooming. So it reminds me of the energies of just that, of your setting the path, you're showing you're coming first, and then others are coming behind you, so you're paving the way. Thank you, Spirit. You're lighting the way. Shine your light. Share your experiences. Oh no, I don't have a rock in front of that. Wasn't sure which one. In case it falls, I'll just lean it. Okay? So we're going to get next the recent past. Again, we're going to do this reading a little different. You know, Spirit likes to keep me guessing on what message he wants to bring forth next. Although I did get a channeled message to embrace, to accept and embrace with grace the divine timing. Maybe it was a message more for me, but I'll share it anyway. I think it was for the collective as well. Certainly is pertinent, okay? So, and I'm not a baker, which makes me think it wasn't really for me. But Spirit had came to me and said, you know, remember, you can't rush divine timing. You can't rush, if you want it to turn out correctly, it's like the solid foundation, right? You've got to set those bricks in one at a time with just the right spacing, just the right amount of mud or whatever it is, to make sure it's a solid foundation before you build up. You can't just start building before the cement is dry. Something's going to sink or give or tip it over, right? And so the image came to mind was baking a cake. So if you bake a cake, sure, you could turn up the temperature and make it bake faster, right? It'll certainly get hard, it'll burn, it'll turn to a crisp, and it'll be done faster if you turn up the heat, if you push it, right? But if you want it to be just soft and sweet and perfect, you're right, that taste that's going to melt in your mouth for a chocolate cake, then you have to wait for just the right time, just the right temperature, and just allow it to bake. Just be gentle with it while it's in the oven. Don't, what do they say? Don't, for big cakes, I know they say that if you jump or something hits the stove, then it'll sink. I don't know if it's true. But the image came to mind that regarding this chocolate cake, if I wanted to rush the situation, it's going to, sure, I could turn up the heat and I can force it. I can manifest as a master manifestor. I could rush something. However, then it's going to be burned or hard. It's still going to come out of the oven hard or done, but yet it won't be that soft, squishy chocolate sweetness that we're looking for. So to allow, that's a long about way is to say, embrace and appreciate with grace the divine timing. Okay, the recent past in the 3D, please, Spirit. What was the recent past of the collective in their actual 3D experience? So in the recent past, your 3D self, in your reality, you came across as, going through transformation. You went through that death and rebirth with the 8 of swords, 8 of bow and arrows, and this is the energy of spirit guide beside you, dragging you through that death and rebirth, the dark night of the soul, through your transformation. But you didn't go through it alone. Spirit was there carrying you with divine angels all around you. Whether you knew that or not, it occurred. This is the past energy in your 3D, what you should know with your brain itself. In your reality today, tangibly, you should have known you've gone through a change. Some of you have even metamorphosed. You've noticed physical changes as well. 10 of drums, 10 of coins. This is definitely transformation. You're coming out like a butterfly. In celebration, you feel brighter, you feel better, you're shining your light within, so much brighter than the rest of the zombies that are not awakened, right? And knowing that Knight of Drums, Knight of Coins here is about, not that in the 3D you were riding a bull, but this really is a spiritual card that this white buffalo calf woman has come and provided for you, helped you in your journey, giving you the tools that you needed in this journey. And this is all the recent past for you, okay? Like I said, we're doing it a little different. The top cards are going to be what's coming at you for the next 24 hours today in energetically. So this might be something in the 5D or something just setting up between the energies of you and your person, such as your 5D, 9D, your astral travels, telepathic communication, that sort of energy. Then we're going to take a look with these cards of 3D, what's tangibly going on today in 24 hours in your physical being on Earth. Because sometimes we forget when we're reading these cards, or not reading, or doing the readings, but when you're seeing these cards, to remember that most of the time since everything is energy, we're reading the energy of what your soul is going through or thinking. It might not match with what your brain is thinking or doing in the 3D sense. Energetically, Spirit, please. And in the 3D, what's coming at them in the physical, the collective, what's coming at them in the physical for 24 hours from the time they read or watch this video. 24 hours from the time they see this video. What's coming at them in the 3D, their physical being, please, Spirit. And their near future, please. Yes. Near future of their energy-wise. With them and their person, regarding their, okay, Spirit says this is going to be the near future regarding your energy and toward your soul purpose. Or the importance of your soul purpose, maybe. Thank you, Spirit. And the near future for their 3D. I don't know what these are, I'll check. Just being drawn to pull them. Okay, so these are going to be advice. Energetically, what's coming at you over the next 24 hours from the moment you watch the video. Okay. Alright. Spirit saying this one. Still want to hold this one. I'm adding another bracelet. I just add them as I go. So energetically, here is Page of Swords. This is you, the collective. Remember, not your person. The only energy we have here for your person, unless we state otherwise, is the energy they're sharing today, coming out of the shadows to the light. Okay. In other words, this is all about you, and Spirit wants you to focus on you as well. Spirit says to love yourself, and this is you. Coming to truth with yourself and with others, maybe laying down, it's like a gift of, not of mercy, but the communication swords, perhaps of being defensive in the recent past. You had to cut things out that no longer served you, but for some of you, maybe you had a sharp tongue. This reminds me of a defensive energy when you have the swords, right? Because if you draw a sword, you're prepared to use it. If you're going to, you don't put it back in the sheath. What is it called? The legend goes, you don't pull it out of the sheath unless you're prepared to draw blood. So these here don't have a sheath on them. They're the actual blades laying on this pillow, laying them down for a peace offering. Okay, so this is you're energetically laying down this peace offering in regards to communication. Surrendering it, Spirit says. Energetically, Four of Swords. This is you healing. A lot of times, and I still get this as definitely about you healing regarding that things that have hurt you in the past, because you've gone to battle with these swords. Things said, and it caused you a lot of monkey mind, a lot of stress that kept you up at night. And so this Four of Swords is you now resting and healing with your swords down below you, because you're able to rest. You laid down your swords, and Spirit is sending in this beautiful bird with the flowers. They look like carnations, but they might be something else. Couldn't tell you. But this up here reminds me of it says PX, but the first thought is I thought it was an RX, like a prescription. And so this is exactly what's being prescribed to you as well from Spirit, saying that it's recommended spiritually that you rest, not only for your spiritual well-being, for your physical well-being. And know that you are divinely protected while you rest, while you sleep, that you're protected from outside forces. This here energetically is, you have had many tears regarding the things that caused you pain, in your mind knowing and thinking or overthinking things that were hurting you regarding this connection that you're in. For some of you, it is a three-party situation. For some of you, it was them stuck with someone else, or the toxicity in their life that caused them to say hurtful words to you, or maybe it was gossip and so forth, but it was things that brought tears to your eyes. Number 3 of Swords, it's also more than a crossing point. These are the 3 swords you pulled out of your heart, the heartache that was caused because of this other connection. But you've realized energetically you're healing this, you're surrendering it. Remember, you're laying down the sword, you're healing from this energy. And standing up for what you believe in regarding this connection. This is Wands, 7 of Wands. Sometimes people might say being like people coming against you. Sometimes we might feel like this is gossip, but in this card today, I feel like this is energetically you standing up for what you believe in, what your side of the story is. This is you standing up and helping others. Some of you, it's even teaching others about their journey or their path, which is why we had the Book of Shadows, because now you've learned to balance your shadow side along with the light, and your counterpart too is mirroring you, coming out of the shadows to the light. And so you've had this transformation, a growth. This is part of your ascension. This also is bringing you a lot of stability. Number 4 again. So now you have a 4-4 there, a 4 here, a 4 here, and you have a 2 for the partnership. But this is the stability of 4 of Wands is a divine energetic. Spirit is providing you with this relationship, this partnership, my bad, I'm corrected, partnership, connection with an very divine protection of these 4 of Wands, stability, allowing you to be emotional when you need to, but this emotion is going to bring growth. It's going to allow you the foundation, the roots of this connection to grow. This is what's coming at you in the 3D, not in the sense of the castle or the throne, but unless you live in England, I guess. The King of Pentacles here. You are sitting on your throne. You're confident in your 3D. This is you in your home, your stability. The throne here is represented with the pentacles. You are the king of your pentacles. You are the king of what you possess earthly wise. Your home environment, your job, the money that you bring to the table, etc. But also holding true to the light, this connection, believing in the spiritual connection. Also watching for the signs and synchronicities of spiritual messages that are coming to you in the 3D, that are maybe they're a series of numbers. For some it's birds. I always get birds of prey coming to mind for synchronicity. Some of it might be cardinals as well. A lot of cardinals are often represented from the ancestors that have gone before us, and you would have known if they very much loved cardinals, right? or if they loved hummingbirds, then those birds come to you as a sign from that loved one to say, we're sending you this bird, this hummingbird, this cardinal, to show you that we're around you and we love you. In the 3D sense, what's coming at you too is Ten of Pentacles, meaning that it's an ending, a closing off of a cycle and a beginning of a new cycle, coming together in this connection in the 3D sense. That's, you know, that you can build a stable connection, partnership, and prosper with this situation, and that this is the other person or your counterpart turning their back on toxicity or a karmic person, a third party situation. They're turning their back on other distractions and looking you in the eye and knowing that you're the one they want to hold close to them. You're the one they want to build this fortress with, no longer worrying or paying any attention to other energies, whether it's a person, place, or thing. Here, your Knight of Swords is you're moving forward. You're speaking your truth. Maybe you're trying to move forward towards your person with communication. You feel driven like a flood of emotions chasing you there. All of a sudden, you got this urge to speak up, speak the truth, and move forward. Whether it was moving forward on your own or moving forward to them or with them, but there you paid attention to the signs and synchronicities around you and had many tower moments. I'm hearing with this many tower moments in energetically, things that went wrong. Some of you lost your job, some of you lost your families, your homes. You've had to move forward because of this connection that is divinely guided. This was set, right? This is a connection at a soul level that was put in place before you reincarnated here. You reincarnated from lifetimes with this person, this energy. And now it's coming back together with forward movement. Here, some of you, this is your person coming to you. Spirit's just saying, correcting. For some of you, this is going to read like this. Your person is coming. That same energy I just described, it's your person coming to you. Just as the energy of this coming from the dark to the light of their soul is dropping in like this little atom bomb here, pushing this avatar, this human person, forward to communicate with the Nine of Pentacles, you, the collective. So this is your person coming to you. They see you as a wish fulfillment, but a Nine of Pentacles, and they want to be that 10th that brings you this, right? They want to be your 10 of Cups. They want to offer you their Ace of Cups. But they know that you're focused. They hear you telepathically. If this is the collective energy, you're focused on, you've already been very stable, building your pentacles, speaking to them telepathically, astral travels, watching the signs and synchronicities again of the birds. Seven of Cups. They see your person thinks that you have other options, or sees you as someone with a lot of options, and perhaps you even have a lot of options, but it's going to be different for each of you. Either way, your person's coming to you because overall the majority here is saying that they see you as someone that has many options and they don't want to take a chance of losing you again, that they finally left behind this other energy and have gone through a lot just as you have, so they don't want to let this go. Your near future is in the energetic sense. You believe in magic. This is you embracing the magic within you, manifesting a new beginning. Number 33. Number 30 is a 3. You have 333 divinely body, mind, and soul coming into balance. This is also a spiritual lightning. It reminds me of the spiritual gift coming down to you, like dropping this ball of energy like lightning hitting you. But this is a spiritual gift being given to you, such as your clairvoyance, maybe it's mediumship, maybe it's opening your third eye, but this is a spirit gift from spirit, energetically. And number 4, knowing that you're divinely protected and that everything is energy. So energetically you are realizing, and maybe that's your gift, this is being shown in visions, that everything is connected. In the 3D, your near future, is number 3, the coyote, being very careful, planning out your next move. Sacrificing what you need to. 44, again about divine protection. This is you sacrificing things that meant something to you, connections that meant something to you, not something that you were done with necessarily, but knowing that you had to make a sacrifice. You've already cut things out that no longer served you, but this is you sacrificing things that meant a lot to you, whether it was your energy, your gifts. You had to relocate, you gave up a home and moved to be by this person perhaps, but this is making that sacrifice, and both parties have great sacrifices in this connection. Vision quest, number 6, it's moving on past the change that's occurred. The change is number 5 that spirit sends in. This is you, the number 6, moving past that change that was in place. Vision quest, going within and asking spirit to show you visually in your mind's eye, your third eye, of what the next step is for you, or what's the future look like. You don't need to know the long-term plan, you don't need to know the outcome, but the next step, right? And advice from spirit is to go within and do that inner vision, the inner vision quest at the Sweat Lodge. It's all about number 9, near completion. If you look to the light, look to spirit for guidance on just that very next step, it will be shown to you. And know that you don't need anything more than the bare necessities. Spirit was providing for you, but know that you don't need to take more than what is needed. It's like the hunter, when the Indians would hunt, right? They would only take the smaller animals enough to feed their family, their tribe. They don't take, if there's only a family of 3, they're not going to go take a bear per se, because that'd be way too much. They wouldn't be able to, utilize all that. It'd be a waste. So don't waste what you're being given as well. I'm getting with this advice is Spirit's giving you more than enough in gifts and through spiritual gifts. Don't waste it. Spirit's saying don't waste that gift. You're meant to teach. You're meant to lead others. And some of you are healers. Energetic clarification, please. Energetic clarification from Spirit. Thank you. Energetically clarifying the Page of Swords and the Four of Swords, right? Surrendering or laying down this peace offering of your swords so that you can heal and rest. Maiden of Shields, knowing that you're divinely protected, you can surrender your swords and take a rest because you are divinely protected. With the resting in regards to the 3 swords here, yes, number 6, equal. Spirit is blessing you with the Sun card, or Sun on this card, bringing you balance, right? You, your person, and Spirit. There's 3 people, 3 images on this horse, because you're never alone with or away from Spirit. Your spirit guides are always with you, and to be content with that. Be content knowing that they are with you. You don't need others around you. You don't need to go out and party or to be surrounded by other people. It should be enough to be with your spirit guide and be still in the moment so that you can reflect and listen to what spirit guide is telling you of how to journey, how to move forward. Sundance, this will bring you celebration when you get into soul purpose, into your mission. The sun dance here is about number 3, body, mind, and soul. And this, again, reminds me more of a sacrifice. Yes, you will have to sacrifice certain things, but know that this is going to bring you celebration. And this here energy here is him teaching them, because while he is strung up, but the rope isn't around his neck, it's under his armpits, almost like he's teaching them the sacrifice that they're going to have to make regarding their journey. This is a death to the old patterns, death and rebirth, so that you can come into the stability. And here with the near future is the silence, going within again and journey. This is your journey, your meditation card. 4, number 4 again, all about protection. You have a lot of cards reminding you that you were divinely protected, and to go within the vision quest, the journey, the contentment, the silence. Many cards are saying to meditate and listen to the calm, to the your spiritual guidance. Spirit guides that are speaking to you. On the bottom of the deck, I did notice the 4 also of cups, and what's he doing? Regardless of the cups, he's meditating. He's deciding. He's not just making a drastic decision on his own, but he's reaching out to his spirit guides for direction. Which cup is to be chosen? Just saying, set it that way. Ooh. Okay. In the 3D confirmation, you have with the King of Pentacles overlying 10 of Pentacles, right? What's bridging them of your stable home life and bringing this in is they're coming to bring you in out of the cold, which is how perfect is that, because this card here is about them wanting to hold you, look you in the eye, and tell them that they love you, and turn their back on this other energy, whether it be a karmic or a job or, whatever, toxicity. But because you're already sitting in your throne, this is them wanting to bring you out of the cold, or you bring them out of the cold, away from toxicity, the karmic, knowing that you've been locked out or blocked. This is going to cause a tower moment when this offer comes. When the communication comes through, it is going to cause a tower moment. You're going to have to then start anew. Let the tower fall. That foundation is going to have to crumble so the two of you can build fresh together. Many of you are going to lose everything and start from rock bottom so that you can appreciate what each one brings to the table. No one will be more higher than the other, but of equal. This is going to bring you the Sun card because he's coming to the 9 of Pentacles here. And so that brings you the Sun card, divinely protected, right? This is the wish fulfillment, also nurturing the inner child. And here, regarding that 7 of Cups, he's protecting your divine counterpart is 5 of Swords, protecting you, this flame connection, protecting it from other people, other options, people coming at you at this point. Usually this is him protecting you from toxicity and karmic, right? As how sometimes it comes across, I should say, not always. Depends on the reading it comes up in. But here, as coming through to me, is he knows that you have options, and so he's protecting this flame by coming to you to let you know that he's laying down his swords, opening his heart, and going to work to protect this connection. But he doesn't want these options to come towards you or him, so he's protecting the connection from these options, is how that's coming across. strength, have the strength. Spirit of Path of the West, number 4 also, because it's the divinely protected. Spirit is offering assistance, but you have to meditate and allow this mediation. Spirit guide is there to be a mediator for you on your spiritual journey, and to have patience. The patience usually is about that divine timing that we talked about earlier with the cake, right? And great mystery. Know that regardless to how emotional this is, that there's great mystery about how this is going to come across, because self-will is still allowed. So your person has self-will, and so do you. You have the right to choose to not follow or choose correctly. You can choose a different cup or a different path. Know though that then tower moments will come, and Spirit's going to gear you back on track eventually. But if you choose to go down one path, it's only going to be a detour. So that part does leave great mystery, because while you could be doing the work, if this person still ignored this and chose something else, then it's going to have to run its cycle and come back around again. Easier to avoid the tower moments and just choose correctly the first time. Angel of emergency, of emergence. It is time for the real you to emerge. And in my meditation I kept getting, now is the time, now is the hour, you have to move. Angel of finance, honor and give thanks for the blessings that you are about to receive. We are trying to keep these videos a little shorter than the hour. Dreamer, 0, this is the Fool card, taking that leap of faith. I love the dog. And a cardinal, how beautiful is that? Embrace your true purpose. Begin a new adventure to your and trust yourself. Okay, I'm supposed to be pulling one more. Stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, and sudden events or changes. And that's what this really is a sudden event and change. Something occurred drastically in the 3D. This is here in the moment today, a 3D tower moment. This here in your near future in the 3D is regarding that 9 of Cups, knowing that someone had that option here, right? And chose, or the sign was obvious that to choose this magician, that there's only one of them in that one cup. So why would you choose the cup with a fish when you can have the magician? And then advice is to love yourself, number 3, body, mind, and soul, bring it in balance. Trust your spiritual guidance and be true to your path. Of all else, love yourself first. This journey is about coming into union and loving you first, before you worry about coming into union with your person. Solar eclipse, again, number 44. We had a 44 here as well. Revolution reminds me of Revelations, the ending, right? The end before the beginning. Things that had to come to end in order for things to get better. What you have to work on, you can celebrate, because you are going to be, this connection here today is going to be triumphant. Oops, 3 of them. Success with your growth, number 8. Solar plexus, you are having the strength and the courage, Spirit says, to focus on your intuition as well, and don't feel alone. If you're feeling alone, know that Spirit is always beside you. You can just meditate and hear them speak to you. They're always with you, along with the angels and ancestors. But most certainly, your spirit guide is always beside you. Is that good? Thank you. All right, this is what I have for you. Namaste.